Hi guys, welcome back to another episode on the Truthandtalespodcast with your favorite host, Yemi and
Victoria.
Yay! Yes, we are back again with another interesting episode. How are you guys doing? I hope you all are doing well. We hope you guys are doing well, strong, hale and hearty, keeping safe and all of that. So yes, welcome back to another episode on the podcast. So today we have another interesting episode, another interesting topic on relationship, and you guys are really going to enjoy this episode. But before we go into the conversation of today, we'd like to appreciate you guys for always coming back for more videos, for watching our videos, for listening to the podcast. Thank you guys so much, and for subscribing. Thank you so much. And if you're yet to subscribe, I'm trusting that you're going to do that right away. So yes, please do not forget to click on the subscribe button. It's free. It is absolutely free, okay? Don't forget to click on the subscribe button, and you can also check us on our personal channels on YouTube. Both of us have personal channels on YouTube here. My channel is Yemi Ayodeji, and Victoria's channel is Victoria Fash. Of course, we'll leave all the links in the description box for you guys, okay? So now let's get into the gist of today. Yes, Victoria, what do we have? Is it a truth or tales today? What do we have?
Today we have a truth, okay? And it's a very interesting one. And I do feel, anyway, don't let me start to analyze it. Let me just get right into it, because I'm sure you guys are going to like it. All right, so the truth says, hello ma, good day. I don't usually do this, but I want to see other people's reaction to this to be sure it's not just me. My husband has a female friend from church. They both get along well. Okay. We greet too many times. The issue is my husband cannot go to church without going to talk to her or greet her. I don't know what they talk about, although they don't talk for long. Sometimes he calls, sometime he called her on her birthday to sing for her, okay? Was that really necessary? I mean, he could have just sent a text if it was so important. When I confronted him about it, telling him that he would, when I confronted him about it, telling him that he would send the girl the wrong message, right? He said, I am too uptight and insecure. Yesterday was his birthday. She called and sang for him, calling him her rival. And then he sent a long message saying, you are amazing, thanks for singing for me. It's not wrong to wish someone a happy birthday, but I am not comfortable with that friendship. She's the only one she's the only one he likes. Okay, she's the only one he's like that with. I mean, is singing and all those kinda, you are amazing, necessary. I don't want to sound insecure, but I just feel uncomfortable about it. Mom, please, what do you think? Am I being insecure? Is there something that I should worry about, or is it something that I should worry about? All right, so yes, that is the truth of the day. So Yemi, what do you think about this? Okay, because I do feel like this is one issue that a lot of people face, right, in their marriages. And I think that this is an issue, or this is an issue of boundaries. Okay, personally, I do think this is an issue of boundaries, not knowing where to draw the line. But let us start with this. Is it wrong, right? Is it wrong for you to have an opposite sex as a very good friend or a best friend, or for your husband? Or would you allow your husband to have a best friend who is an opposite sex? Is that something that you would be comfortable with? Let us start this conversation from there.
Okay, yeah, this is an interesting question, and it's something that, like you said, that is very common. And I don't think, just to answer the question so that I don't go in depth for now into the other parts of the conversation that we're going to talk about. So for me, I don't think that it's wrong for you to have a friend of the opposite sex.
Okay.
I don't think it's wrong for you to have, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Like for me to have a guy that is a friend, even as a married woman, and I don't think it's wrong for my husband to have a female friend, even as a married man. But I would say that you need to know the kind of person that you are. and you need to understand the kind of partner that you have, okay? I'm saying this because it's something that I've actually done before. I remember that my husband has had few, not like a lot, like people that I don't really know, female friends like that they were pretty close, and I was aware, like I was also talking to these people, although we were not close, because we just didn't have things to talk about, like things in common. We're all going to the same church. Funniest thing.
Interesting.
The funny thing was we're also attending the same church as well. My husband was close to the lady, and you know, and yeah, I didn't really see a big deal about it. In fact, he and the lady were even close before I came to China. They were like, we used to talk and all of that before I came. And he used to gist me about how we used to talk about the things that he and the other person talks about. He used to gist me. So when I came, I already knew her, and we were just chatting. And you know, he used to tell me that he used to talk about me to the lady and the things the lady used to say back to him and all of that. So when I came, she just saw me and she was like, oh, I've heard a lot about you, and I used to say this, I used to say that about you to your husband and all of that. So we just used to talk, but we're not really close. But if there's anything that we get by, we get by. So I don't think it's wrong, but I know myself, I know my partner, and I know my husband rather. I know him, he knows me. I know, like, I would not be disrespected in as much as I want you to be friends with the opposite sex, you know, but I would not be disrespected. And as much as I have a guy as a friend, I would not disrespect my partner.
Okay.
You know, so that's just what I would say. I don't think it's wrong, but you have to know yourself. You have to know your limits, because in some areas it's not necessary. For some people, they shouldn't have. Yeah, so that's what I would say for now. What do you think?
I also think it's okay for you to have a friend, but the question is not just a friend. I mean a close best friend as a lady. Do you accept the way you are? I know you say you don't have best friend, but I know you have like really close friends, right, Yemi?
Yeah.
So the way you are close to your best friend or your closest friend, would you allow your husband, or do you think it's okay for your husband to be that close to a female friend?
No. In that sense, no. I won't. No, I won't agree. Okay. Like, I won't take it.
Okay.
No, I can't. No. It's not. No.
Is it
it's a no. No. Because you know why? You know why?
Yeah.
I will not allow my husband, because I'm supposed to be that person to him now. So why would we be two?
Exactly.
Why would we be two now? It has to be one person that will take that place. So it's a no. You know, it's a no.
Let me adjust my mic.
Yeah. No again.
No again. So you see, that's what I'm talking about when it comes to, because you mentioned that when you just got married, you know, your husband had friends. If you don't have any ones, my husband had. These are, and trust me, my husband, to him, you know, I've said it before, like my husband, you can be hitting on my husband right to his face, and my husband will not know. As long as he does not have any interest with you, he will never believe that this girl likes you. We've had instances like that in his office where I told him, this girl likes you, this girl likes you. He didn't believe until, you know, his colleagues started to tell him that, you know, this girl said, you know, you understand. So he's the kind of person like that. He can be very clueless about things. So because of that, my husband did not know boundaries. Jesus. When we started dating, it was so bad that even some girls that he had dated in the past, trust me, they are just friends. But you know, they'll be having issues in their relationship. Is my husband they want to call? So then I used to come and visit my husband around 9-10 o'clock. You are chatting with your friend lady. There was this particular friend that was like his very close friend. They talk any small thing. She has headache, she calls my husband. Leg is pain, she calls my husband. Stomach pain, she goes, is he a doctor? Is he a counselor? Like, if you have issues, why not go look for a counselor? Why is it you? And my husband, because he's such a free person, he will tell you that there's nothing. Like, she just needs a companion. She's passing through issues with her boyfriend. You are the one she's calling. Why is she calling you? Are you a I don't understand. Are you a heart mender? I did not understand it. He used to, just like you, used to tell me about her. But personally, you know what was even more annoying is that this lady never even made any attempt to be my friend. You understand? Like, no attempt whatsoever. No. First, frankly speaking, even me, I had no intention of being a friend, because I knew for a fact that this lady wants something more. You understand? But my husband would say, no, she's just a friend. She's just like that. She's just going through things. You understand? But it got to a point, I told him, Oyinda Mola, I am not comfortable with this relationship, okay? Not just her, like, I listed, it's not just one person, you know, like a number of them that I've noticed that, what is the problem? You understand? You want to cook and bring. You want to. You are saying, oh, we are just colleagues. No, I don't like that kind of behavior, and I don't want you to let go of your friend because of me. So choose, because I will not allow. Because the truth is, it's about it. I'm not saying anything is going on between all of you. I trust you enough to know that nothing is going on, but my mind is not at rest. I trust you, but I don't trust those ladies. I don't know them. You understand? And you are a man. You are a man, like it or not. Like, no matter how upright and upstand you have, any little thing can make you fall. Okay, so I told him my husband did not have boundaries with his female friends. Oh my God, he did not, and he had a lot of them. Oh. So
even if you don't even fall, you could be implicated. Exactly, even if you don't fall, these people can implicate
they can implicate you just to be able to ruin your relationship. You understand? So when they got to a point, I told them, you have to choose. It's either you keep on your friend, because I don't have peace in my mind, okay? And in as much as you can call it insecurity, you can call it whatsoever, but this is me. I don't have peace. I am not comfortable. So you choose, okay? And quick. Quick. He blocked all of them. You know, he said the one he need to send. In short, one even sent a message like months later to tell him she cannot believe he would do this and that. And he broke her heart. I said, when I was saying that this girl wanted more, you were telling me. You understand? So I am not. No. As far. Even I cannot have a male best friend. Kojo, my husband is my best friend, okay? So, and I've told you, whether you like it or not, I am your best friend. You
together.
You have to protect your territory. Because I am a lady. And you know, as women, when we want something, trust me, hey, I can see, when we want something, we can get what we want. It's just small tactics, little by little. You don't know when you are falling on top of our hand. So when you're really interested in something, there are ways you can get what you want. You get. So, and I know myself.
Yeah.
We as ladies, most of the guys that come to those toasters, they think they are the one that made the first move. They didn't know that we have been strategically positioning ourselves for them to be able to make the move. You get? Yeah. So I know myself as a lady. I know the things I would do, and I know the things that we are capable of doing. So I will not open my eyes. Your Bible will say, I will not open my eyes and fly will enter. No. Let us put the boundary.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying that you cut off all communication, which, you know, I told him, just set healthy boundaries. No calling at this certain time. If they send you a message in the night, don't answer until the following day. You get, if they call, you don't pick up at this certain time. You understand? You have no reason asking them, how was your night? And they have no reason asking you, how was your night? You understand? So something they asked him to do, and Mama said he cannot do it without, because little by little, if he continues to, you know, talk to them once in a while, before you know what's happening, things will kickstart and go back to how it was. So he said it's better I just cut all communications with them, and he did that on his own. And in short, it was months later, Mama was like, you don't know what you did for me. He was like, you don't know the peace that I have in my mind. You know, not worrying about somebody's problem, not somebody bringing their issues to me and everything. Like, he didn't know how much it was a trouble. He didn't see it then. He had to do it to keep me. But later he got to realize by himself that, you know, this was not healthy. And he literally had no boundaries with these people. You understand? So, I mean...
Yeah.
I said all that to say I cannot accept it. You were going to say something.
But yeah, boundaries are really, really important. I think this situation is on the guy's part. I think it's an issue of boundaries in a relationship. And I also love what you said about this is not about you being insecure, right? When you were, you know, talking to your husband about how you feel about this relationship, because of course both of you are in a relationship together. And this one is even the truth of today now. This one is a marriage. It's not even boyfriend and girlfriend situation. So even as a boyfriend and girlfriend safe, there should be boundaries. Even relationship with your friends, there should be boundaries. You know, talk more of in a marriage. You know, so and another thing that the lady talked about was, you know, is this her being insecure? Insecure rather, is this her being insecure, or is there something more? And I think that this is not an issue of insecurity. Like, I don't think this is about you being insecure or anything. Obviously, there's something threatening your peace, like you said, you know, in your relationship, or there's something troubling you about how your partner or your husband or your wife is behaving. You should address it. I don't think it's an act of insecurity, you know. And I remember that even though, like somebody will say, even though is insecurity. Even if it is insecurity.
it is your job to be able to help me to deal with my insecurity. Just as, you know, not to, well, yes, dealing with my insecurity is personal. I have to deal with it, but you don't also do things that would trigger it. If you know that I have issues with this, why do things that would trigger it? You understand? If you know your wife does not like salt, your husband does not like salt, you now cook soup with plenty salt, you're looking for trouble now. You understand? So if you know I have an insecurity with that, you don't encourage it. You understand?
Yeah, but you know, sometimes, like in the early part of relationships, sometimes people don't they don't know how to identify their partner's maybe is a weakness now. They don't know how to identify their partner's issues on time. They don't even know that this is something that she's dealing with. Maybe she's dealing with insecurity, for example. Now maybe they don't even know. They just feel like, oh, this person is always nagging. But you just consider her nagging. You don't think that, okay, maybe she's dealing with insecurity at the early start. Sometimes, you know, people they are still trying to get to know each other and all of that. So it may be hard for you to like help the person cope, you know. But I just want it to be that if you notice anything about your partner, especially because we women, we have this gut feeling, like there are things we know that you know these men don't know, they don't see, because you can read those signs, you can read those between the lines, you can see those signals. And luckily for me, you know me, I'm big on friendship, I'm big on people around. My husband is a very good listener. This is one of the traits that attracted me to him. Like, he's a very good listener. I don't know, people feel safe talking to him. People, especially ladies, you know, even guys, even a lot of people feel
like my husband.
safe. Exactly, you know,
is a good advisor.
As you were saying, it's
not about like this. It's the fact that he will give you good advice.
Exactly, you know.
In my mind, I'm like,
yeah, and because of that, because they are good listeners, and you know, they give good counsel, they give good advice. People would likely, you know, who doesn't like good counsel? I mean, who doesn't like that? Who doesn't want to be listened? Who doesn't want to be heard? You know,
let them come and pay. Now, I told you, you're a legal practitioner. Like, they want advice on whatever, let them come and pay. Let me know if it's business.
You should monetize this.
Every time they're coming to ask you what kind of advice is that? Would be advice is something, you know.
Well, anyway, I'm just like, you know, it's a good listener and all of that. And because I'm big on friendship, most times when those things happen, like maybe when somebody's talking to and he's listening, I don't really like, I'm not really bothered, but I'm lucky because he is somebody that is very big on boundaries. He is very big on boundaries. Like me, even with my friends, there are things that I would just do with my friends, and he's like, don't you think you're good doing like a lot? Don't think you should keep this to yourself, even as much as you want to listen. It's me that will not be like, oh, no, it's not like that. Like, there are things which is like, not lady, a lot of ladies can see things, especially when you're trying to, you know, maneuver your way around the man. A lot of women can already tell that you're trying to do something, but sometimes I could easily overlook it because I'm in the moment of the vibes and the friendship, and I'm like, no, that can't happen, like things like that. But I'm lucky to have somebody that is also big on boundaries. So if it gets to that point that I even notice something, it's not going to be like, oh, you're insecure. It will be that it have reached somewhere before you have, like, I'm actually doing it, you know. He would know that, but even at that, he doesn't even let it get to that extent. He's someone that is very contented. Naturally, he's a very contented person. So even if he listens, and that's why I to get comfortable, if he has a friend, like, I'm not really bothered, because I know. But again, he's a man, he has blood and veins, so I also have to help him be on the lookout.
It's flesh and blood.
Exactly. So even me myself, I have to be on the lookout that somebody will not, it will not be a case of Potiphar's wife and Joseph that is grab the guy by the hand and say, no, you have to lie with me. It won't be that case. So even me myself, we all have to be sensitive. I think we've already talked about that, you know. I also have to be sensitive enough to know when a woman is trying to, you know, do it. So anyway, my point is just that this one is not a matter of being
pitch their tents.
This one is not a matter of being insecure. And I also like the fact that this lady pointed it out to him that, you know, this is going a little bit too far. Like singing for you on your birthday, singing and doing all of that. Maybe for her, you know, if you hear somebody say, oh, they're singing for each other on their birthdays, it may be like it's not just song, but she knows how the sound, you know, there's a way you will sing, the tone, the vibes, everything that comes with the song. You will know that, yes, this person is onto something.
You know,
Go on.
I wanted to ask that, do you think that is like in that context, you see her in church, you must talk to her every morning when you get to church, you sing happy birthday and whatever, everything looks harmless, okay? Because I'm that kind of friend too. Like, whether you're a male or a female, my husband's brothers, when it's their birthday, I call them, I sing for them and whatever. But that's it till the next birthday, or else, we have issues to talk about, you understand? But, I think where I have issue is when she's saying my rival. See, this is one issue I had with my husband's then friends or ex-friends, right? They have no issue saying, hey, sweetheart, how is your day? Oh, baby girl, you understand? And the way I will call my girlfriend sweetheart, baby girl, and all of that, but I will not do that to a guy because message can be misinterpreted.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
But you call, babe, what's up? Good morning. I don't understand what calling your friends, and that's the other thing I wanted to also talk about, boundaries too. Calling your friends pet name, a friend that is an opposite sex, even if you really do feel like this is a harmless conversation, you have nothing, you can indirectly be passing a wrong message to the person. Why will you, a married man, and I wanted to even ask if that woman is married, but I don't even think it matters, right? But why would you, a married man, somebody is calling you a rival? Do you understand what that means?
The lady is actually married. She's
married.
Yeah.
The lady, can you imagine? You are saying my rival, my this. See, when you had to call pet names, you have to give your best friend that is an opposite sex pet names. You guys have to call yourself code names and stuff. Then there's a problem there. Okay, I understand if it's ladies to ladies, but your guy friend, boo, baby boy, and what? Why should you be doing that as a married person? Even if you have no evil intention, you can be passing the wrong message to the person. The person might feel like, maybe she's feeling me. That's why, there's this saying, I don't want to deviate, but there's this saying that there's always a woman always have a plan B, even if she doesn't know it. You understand? Like there's this friend that is always this your friend that is literally just waiting. Just waiting for something to just happen in that your relationship to break up so that they'll be able to enter. You understand? You see, and it starts from when you start to give wrong signals. I had to, Jesus Christ, I had to lecture my husband about a lot of things, send him books to read, send him this and that, and he came to that realization and said, okay, I do believe that you have a big point here. Like, I have not been setting boundaries with my friends. You understand? Calling each other pet names, singing, and then you are saying you are amazing. What did she do? She sang this song. They are sending long messages. You are amazing. I'm the only person that is allowed to be amazing in your life. I'm sorry, sir. It is me that I'm the amazing. Me and your mother. I'm just kidding. But then again, there are some things that you don't say to an opposite sex. You can't send them a long message, admire them, say no sort, and
don't trigger emotions.
And you think there's nothing there. Even if there's nothing there, don't trigger something in her mind. You understand? So to me, I feel like that is like the crossing of line. Singing happy birthday, to me, I don't see anything wrong with it. But when you start to, you have to talk to the person, you have to go there and that. I don't know. But what do you think? Do you think that what happened, or the scenario that was painted in this truth, do you think that it's actually too much, or the lady is just reading meaning to things?
No, I don't think it's too much, to be honest. And that was even like something that I was even going to talk about next. I don't think it's too much, because there's something that, I was having a conversation with my husband the other day. I'm studying something. I'm studying the book of Joseph. I'm studying Joseph, actually. So, and now that you just mentioned that, is it too much? And I just remembered something that, after reading that, part of the Bible, I was just having a conversation with my husband, and we're talking about it, that some situations warrant, like tough measures. Some situations warrant you to be tougher than you would be on a normal day. Like, it will warrant that you do things in a stricter way. You do things, because there was a time when like in the story of Joseph now, this lying with me and just talk, luring the guy to do something he didn't want to do. And the lady will talk to him, and he will be like, no, leave me alone, I'm not doing, how can I sing? He will just talk and talk it out. But on this particular instance, the lady grabbed his hand, grabbed his garments, grabbed his clothes, and she was saying, lie with me. In this case, she was serious about it. But the guy did not even stay. Joseph did not stay and say, okay, let me start talking to you and say, no, I will not do this, and be saying, no. He just left the garment there and fled. That means that some situations, you should do more than talking. You should flee. some situations you should do more than.
When it comes to issues of adultery, the Bible says flee.
Like
the Bible said didn't pray. It didn't say pray.
Run.
It said flee, run away, because your prayer is not going to save you in that situation.
Run. And you know that this adultery thing doesn't just start like you just see the person, you remove the person's underwear and you just do it. It doesn't start that way. It's a gradual thing. It starts with lust. It starts with then you showing it off. Then you know the way you see your crush, that you'll be acting funny, you'll be acting silly. It's just the way it happens. You see somebody that you're liking, even though the person is married, even though the person is in a committed relationship, you just be acting funny, because even when you're not conscious about it, it will just start happening, and you're just doing mele mele. You start doing like when even if you've been sitting this way, when that person is coming, you readjust, and you know that maybe somehow you don't even want the person. You just be readjusting, so that at first you tell yourself that, okay, let this person see me in a good light. Even if you're not dating, at least I don't want to spoil my own market or whatever. You just keep telling yourself it starts innocent, and that's why I said I don't think this lady is doing too much, because that's how it starts. You don't cut off things when it becomes a problem. That's not when to deal with issues. You start when you start to see cues. You start to see, symptoms. You start to see things that you're not comfortable with.
Gets out of hand.
Yeah, that's when you start to deal with it. From when the woman would tell Joseph and there, he would say, no, I refuse this thing. But he has been doing that over time, that when he got out of hand, he knew the next thing was not to do the same thing that he was doing before. This lady has been going to church, talking to this woman, even when, they will go to church together. According to her, they'll go to church together. The husband will go and greet this lady. She will probably wait, and then he will go and greet this lady, even though they don't talk for long.
Which
then
to
the
me,
husband will
feel
not
like
come back
even
to
me,
her.
I feel like that's the problem.
The husband will not come back to her, but you don't want to sound
that's
like
the problem. There's a problem there.
There's an issue there. But these things.
What do you want to say to my husband that you cannot say to my face?
This
if my husband
thing,
is going there, I will follow it.
You don't know how he will
somebody that I
behave.
have issues with, I'm not going to leave my man with him.
No,
leave my man with
it won't start like that. It won't start happen like that. It will just be like a normal sister in the church. Oh, you are going, sister. The sister will be. It could be like maybe she doesn't want to come and meet the couple. She doesn't want to break the. What people. There are so many ways that these things could be explained. You just be like, okay, couples are sitting talking together. You want to greet. Out of courtesy, the guy will be like, okay, let me just go and say hi or something. And the lady will just be like, oh, she's waving from afar to the guy, and the guy will just be like, oh, we are more than wave, let me just go and say hi. And you as the wife, you know that it doesn't make sense, but you don't want to sound like this woman, for example. She won't want to sound like, oh,
you don't want to sound jealous.
You're jealous
Insecure.
or something. Allow him. Like, I can't greet other people. I can't. So she didn't complain, and I like what she did at that time. She didn't complain at that stage, because it may be too early. You don't know if this is it. You don't know if it's something else, and she, just a normal greeting, and she allowed it. She was already taking note of all those things. She was seeing those things. She was allowing it. But she knew that if this thing persists, especially when there's now birthday messages, there are now calls. So anyway, even the lady said that, he is not like that with other people, with other women. So obviously she has been taking notes. She has been seeing those cues, and she knew the time to now speak to him about it. And I think the guy also apologized. The guy apologized, but what I'm just saying is that there are times that you would need to do more than what you've been doing before. She had to do more than just allowing things pass and just laughing and just supporting him, to now informing him that these things you're doing is leading to somewhere that doesn't make any sense. You have to set boundaries. So yes, I don't think it's too much. And yes, as much as we don't want to sound, or we don't want to seem insecure or appear insecure or nag or anything, you should be sensitive, and you should take note of these things, and you should also take action early. The earlier the better, before it gets out of hand that you can't control it, before somebody implicates another. You don't know the plans that the other lady has, and the more you wait, the more things fall out of hand. Even if she doesn't have any plan, devil can be funny. It may be another sister that will tell the other sister that, do you know that this man likes you? And then the lady will not be like, oh really?
I didn't
Then
know.
she'll start to, even when she didn't even have the intention. Things could go either way. So if you know you're not comfortable with it, don't even pretend or do anything about it.
With
With wisdom,
exactly.
approach your husband, and You know, like what you did, you know, you said when you were going to discuss something like that with your husband, you were giving him resources, not just saying, cut off your friends, cut off your friends. You made him to see the reason himself, not just you coming as if you are the boss or you know how definitely. People, you know everything about relation. That's just what I would say.
And for me, the reason why, you see, you mentioned something that, the guy is not like that with other people, which for me, is an issue, because then why is it this particular person? For my husband, I knew that that's the way he is with everybody. Yeah. It's just his attitude. That's just the way he is. Yeah. He just doesn't know how to draw boundaries. So we could work on that. But if it's just one particular person you are giving all this attention to, but you're not like that with every other person, to me, something is off there, okay? But let's not miss the point, right? Yeah. Just my advice for the lady, right? I'm glad that you are able to open up to him and tell him that, babe, I don't like this, okay? But if it persists, you understand, and he keeps doing that, thank God all of you are in the same church. The aim of the church is to bring peace, first to families and then individuals. So if you need to call in the elders of your church or the pastor, and tell them, this is what is happening between Lagbaja and my husband. I'm not comfortable with that. I told my husband, yes, get them involved. Since all of you are in the same institution and it's a church, okay, they will be able to tell your husband that, okay, that this is what you should do and this is what you shouldn't do. So I think if after you speak to your husband and things are not changing, because I think there's a part of that's a different truth. Anyways, that's my advice. Calling people if it gets out of hand, but talk to him about it. I think that, and don't just talk to him about it, just like Yemi said, send resources to him. My husband then didn't understand. At a point, he felt like, why am I being difficult? And I told him that, I'm a woman, right? I see things that you don't see. I am able to understand because I know what I would do if I truly want something. You understand? And I know, how you can pass wrong messages to me because it has happened to me before. And I think this is happening to these people. You might not just know it yet. And the time you get to know it, it's going to be an issue. One of them was when we were about to get married, the lady was saying that you broke my heart, something. Somebody that you never even asked out. You understand? That's to let you know that whether you like it or not, directly or indirectly, you are passing a message to somebody. Okay, so just let him know. Look for articles if he's into that, to messages if he's into that, to videos, random videos if he's into that, to be able to show him that, you see, this handshake is beginning to pass the shoulder. You understand? And just don't hide your feeling. And for every single ladies, I always say this. Yoruba says, what that means is that what you will not accept in your marriage, do not accept it in your relationship. Don't say that when you get married, it's going to change. It's going to leave them. It's going to suddenly abandon his friend because he's married. If there's anybody in your relationship that you have an issue with, right, that you think you are not comfortable with the relationship between your husband or your wife, or your husband to be, or your spouse to be, or your girlfriend or boyfriend, and this person, let them know. Let them know that I am not. And if he's unable to let go of a friendship to keep you, then maybe you are not supposed to be with him to begin with. You understand? If he's still holding tightly, knowing fully well how it makes you feel, then don't enter into something that you will end up regretting. Because there's no point being in a marriage and being FBI, always constantly checking who is calling you. When he's sleeping, you are speaking to carry his phone. You want to know who she is. You want to be doing FBI. Why do you want to put yourself through that stress? So if there's anything you see, any pattern that you see in your relationship that you are not comfortable with, voice it out before you get married and, curb it. That is my own advice.
I think that settles on point. I mean, what did they say? No, on period. That's some period. That's some period. Anyway, let's know what you guys think. Again, as always, let us know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you think she's been insecure? What would you do if you were in this situation? Or what would you advise this person and any other person reading the comments? Okay? Yes, let us know your thoughts. And if there's any other question that you have for us, any truth or tale that you want us to address on the podcast, on the channel, let us know, okay? Yes. You can send us messages on our personal Instagram account. You can send us a DM, or you can, send it on Truthandtalespodcast Instagram page, okay? Or you can send it to our emails. All of the links will be in the description box for you, okay? And if you're yet to subscribe, we will not stop saying it, okay?
Subscribe.
We will not stop saying it. Subscribe, okay?
Before
Subscribe.
Valentine's Day. This video, they might see it before. Will they see this video before Valentine's?
Yes.
Let's reach 1,000 before
they'll probably see
Valentine's
it,
Day.
I think. But Yeah, if they see this video before Valentine's Day, then we should have got to 1,000. And if you are saying after Valentine's, we are not still on 1,000. I'm not happy with you. I'm not happy with you. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the love. Yeah. And as always, we remain your favorite host, Yemi and
Victoria.
Yeah. Bye. See you.
Bye, guys.